Hello everyone, this is Illinois Storm Watch on our YouTube channel. We would like to do a quick video just addressing the potential for significant winter weather over the next week. So currently what we got going on here, current Zulu time as of the making of this video is, where did my clock go? Oh, there it is. And it is 22:28, so it's 4:28 p.m. Central Daylight Time here. So, I want to sum this down to as of what's going on this evening here. As we can see, this is what the models are showing for what's going on today. Today is January 25th, 2019. An area of snow continues across parts of central Illinois. What this is those clipper systems bringing in that Pacific moisture and that jet stream, really bringing in some of that upper level moisture, and then cooler temperatures at the surface and a west-northwesterly flow. That's giving way to some light snow over the area. We're only really expecting 1 to locally up to 2 inches with this by the end of this evening. But again, Canadian high pressure continues to dominate much of the region, and unfortunately, it's going to get worse. That's what forecast trends are calling out for. We'll go to the temperatures tomorrow morning. So 12 Zulu, this is 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and this website does take a little bit of time to load. So we're gonna make this video as quick and informative as possible, but unfortunately, with these kinds of slow websites, eventually I'm gonna make our YouTube platforms much more specific, and we'll shorten the videos and plan them much better. But again, I'm a baby with this new YouTube channel. I don't really use it as much, but that's besides the point. Look for that center of the high pressure or the center of the trough to be in parts of the Midwest. So again, still we're looking at below zero temperatures in some regions tomorrow. This is the GFS scenario for tomorrow morning. Again, this is showing temperatures. This is actual sustained temperatures in the single digits and teens below zero once again in portions of northern Illinois, and that's really a good consistent trend here, comparing all the models here for tomorrow here. Let's go to latest runs here. My phone is bugging me with pop-ups here, so alright, so we'll let this thing load here. So again, there's that GFS temperature where we may see temperatures as low as the mid-teens below zero once again in northern sections of Illinois. CFS is showing similar temperatures, but the southern periphery of the teens below zero areas could be as far southwest as, or southeast rather, as the Illinois River. And again, wouldn't be any surprise to see some locally lower temperatures, but they will not be as cold as last night. Just a few degrees warmer, simply because we got a ridging, some minor ridging occurring across the western United States. The center of the high pressure would be over the Midwest heading into tomorrow, and we're again just generally we're looking at teens and possibly some localized temperatures near 20 below in parts of northern Illinois, and there are no wind chill advisories or anything tonight, but again, probably the only big forecast concern we got for overnight tonight would be the snow that's expected. But again, I would not suggest with lighter winds. We're not going to see wind chills too low, but okay. So this is 18 hours. Oh yeah, this is Saturday tomorrow. So tomorrow. And again, probably these models are overdoing the temperatures, but they could be lower, just given the snowpack over parts of the area. So again, the single digits, maybe some teens below zero overnight tonight. And we'll take a look at the forecast wind chills here. And I hope that this doesn't exit composite view. Okay, good. It keeps the composite view running. So we'll use this throughout the video here just to give you guys an idea of what we can expect here. And again, this is the forecast wind chill. We may see some wind chills perhaps in the 15 to maybe up to 20 below zero in some areas, according to some of these models. Obviously, most of these models are overdoing it, but just to gain a general idea, we could see some wind chills. This is part of the most likely trend here. This model definitely agrees with what's more likely. We'll see some wind chills below zero. They could be in between -4 and possibly -15 in parts of the state, generally along and north of Interstate 74. Locally lower temperatures, depending on the snowpack, and adding a couple inches of fresh snow on the ground, that might make temperatures a little bit lower than what is currently expected. And obviously this WRAP model is far overdoing it. We are not going to see wind chills that low tonight. But I do want to focus on Monday here, and we'll give you guys some social media updates throughout the weekend, I would suppose, here, leading up to the event, because we have yet another significant winter storm system that will move through the area on Monday, bringing several inches of accumulation and some rain to the area, because we got that ridging, and that will allow for some warm temperatures at the surface at around 32 degrees or higher across mainly far southern Illinois. Looks like Dubuque, Iowa has checked in with a low temperature, or a high temperature of 1 degree below zero. So looks like areas around Galena, it seems like we haven't really seen our temperatures really rise much throughout the day. So let's check in with Monday at 12Z here. Or that would be 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So, all right, let's go to 6Z here, because this is as the system would be onsetting here, just to talk about what we can expect here. Okay, so this is midnight Sunday, and again, we got a low-pressure system that will form out of the Alberta. This will be a clipper system, as the way it looks. And as you can see, by this time we are checking in with a good chance for some snowfall occurring across the Dakotas and upper Midwest region. And this system will make its way into the area heading into Monday morning sometime here. So looking at what models are trending again, looking like we got a good chance we can see some rain with this, given that we have ridging sufficient in the upper atmosphere to allow for temperatures in the lower atmosphere to see right around that 32 degree mark or higher. So again, that'll definitely be a welcome break from the wind chills, but I say that this is just going to be a break. This is not going to be the end of it. So again, let's check in with the 12Z run on this here, just to show you guys what we can expect by Monday morning. Again, look for rain to begin across parts of central Illinois and parts of Missouri during the early morning hours on Monday. And this is obviously going to change to snow eventually, the way things are looking. But again, this is only one model scenario, but much of the models have been showing some rain with this, but mainly snow can be expected with this system, with some moderate to locally heavy snow not out of the question by this time, especially in the state line area and parts of western Illinois. But this is by Monday morning. Let's go to Monday afternoon. This is Monday at 12 o'clock noon here. And as you can see, the low would be dominating parts of the Lake Michigan region. And again, look at the isobar gradient here. This is This is going to be looking like one of those similar systems that we've been talking about, well, wind-wise specifically, and gradiental temperatures and things like that. Because again, we got some ridging here, as you can see the upper ridge here. They're all pointing up this way, and again, we got that troughing down this way, and we got a cold front that's going to push all this activity. And it's going to be a quick mover, evidently, according to this model. And just looking at some of the model trends here, looks like the North American model already picks this up here. And it looks like, again, the heaviest of the snow would happen generally along North Interstate 74 with, again, several inches of accumulation already looking likely with this. Now let's go to midnight Tuesday. We're going to skip 6 o'clock for now because this is a long-term forecast here. But as you can see, over the 12 hours after that, so this is midnight on Monday night into Tuesday of next week. And as you can see, that cold front's really starting to trail out of here. And you can see that we got a very significant troughing that's going to settle in during the middle of next week. And I want to show you guys the temperature difference here heading into Tuesday here. We'll go to upper air. Let's go to temperature anomaly here. No, that's upper air. We want to go surface temperature here. But that would be useful to know, especially when I'm getting ready to forecast something like that. Okay. Surface and precipitation. Okay, I don't really use this website much, but it's one of these websites that actually gives a wind chill forecast here, unlike the other site I use here. So this is going to be the temperature depiction by midnight on Tuesday. And as you can see, we got quite the gradient here, and evidently we can see that ridging up here, and we see the temperatures in the 40s by this time in parts of West Virginia. And beyond that, you can see that cyclogenesis effect just looking at the surface here, and as that trough suppresses this part of the region, or increasing of upper and mid-level troughing here, and we should see temperatures drop back into the single digits. And looking up here, this is going to be the center of the polar vortex, and I'll show you guys what we're talking about here. Let's go to tropical tidbits here, just so I can show you what that means here. And this is a better website because it's actually a slider here. So that would have probably been would have made the video a bit shorter. So let's go down to regions here. And again, now that I talked about the snowfall on Monday, we can get to this. I would generally expect several inches of accumulation. It's still a little too early to talk specifics with this, but I do want to show you guys, again, the northern hemisphere and the polar vortices, the patterns here. This is a 500 millibar geopotential height depiction here. And it looks like this is by default showing a 0 Zulu Saturday, so that's coming up here in about 2 hours. This will be the case here. And as you can see, that the center of the polar vortice around there, again, just right around here where that strong troughing exists, we're looking at, see, this is where the coldest air of the globe is right now, evidently, or at least the coldest air of that's in the northern hemisphere. And unfortunately, the current forecast trends are really bringing the center of the polar vortex down into the United States. Well, that's what's according to some of these models here. So again, there's the polar vortex, like I've been talking about. As you can see, we got the significant troughing that's suppressing the area. This is the center of it all. The creator of these weather disturbances is called the polar vortex. And I had some, I'm trying to figure out what I did to, I'm pretty sure I used the 500 millibar heights. Yeah. Okay, so now that we had that center. So again, this is the troughing pattern set up for the for tonight here. So again, as you can see, the coldest of the year is in Canada. And over the next few days here, I'm going to zoom out a little here so you can see a wider view here. So again, okay, so here's 0 Zulu Saturday, and again, look for some ridging to happen here. And we still need to zoom out, even at 75%. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now that we finally got that taken care of, again, there's that area of significantly colder temperatures. That's responsible for giving us the low wind chills again, and it's now the coldest of the year is now shifted into parts of Canada. Again, this is 500 millibar heights, so again, at that point in the atmosphere where the pressure is 500 millibars, it is much lower heading into up here. And over the next few days here, we're gonna look for some ridging here. So again, as you can see, this particular area is lifting north. This is a jet stream pattern. So again, we're going to see more moisture loft into the area. And as you can see, we got an area of low pressure that will develop in that particular region here. So here's Monday. As you can see, we got that's the storm system that will move into the area on Monday. And again, strong winds and some snow expected. Several inches of accumulation likely. And this is going to be the big cold. This is going to be the big cold spell right here, where the 500 millibar heights is below 500, and things like this are extremely rare. So all of the air pressure is closer to the ground. It's like further away from the stratosphere, and the stratosphere up here is not very warm. So we're not going to see much energy in the atmosphere. So heat energy and stuff like that. So this is going to give way to significantly colder temperatures. And this model, yeah, this is the center of the polar vortex here. See all of this area? This is the polar vortex, and the broadest area of low of a troughing in the entire polar vortex will be centered in parts of Wisconsin and Michigan. Things like this are rare, but they do tend to happen, and already we are seeing indications. We could see temperatures. We could definitely see some temperatures drop to as low as 20 to maybe even 30 degrees below zero in some locations. And if this snowpack gets any worse, then I am definitely going to be alarmed at the possibility of seeing some potentially historic wind chills here. We'll go to the GFS here just to show you guys what we are talking about. All right, now let's go to let's go to pivotal weather, because you can actually see the wind chill prediction here. And I do apologize for the video being a little long here. It's just I do not have the time and energy to plan out the things. I'm still working on the main studio computer and stuff like that. All right, so that's really beside the point here. Let's go to Wednesday morning, because this is going to be really a forecast that is going to really surprise you. And I would not be alarmed to see temperatures sustained in the 30s below zero. Again, this is going to be potentially historic. I am definitely going to say that this would definitely possibly be potentially January records in some locations. I know the lowest temperature the state of Illinois has ever seen is 36 below in Congerville. That was back in 1999. And again, we may see some, again, the center of the polar vortex will be right in here. And again, and if that cyclogenesis around it gets any stronger and that troughing pushes in, we've seen the European model max out. Again, this is going to be the center of the polar vortex, and again, this is a GFS. We will show you the other models here. This model is probably underdoing it, but it is still highly likely that wind chills will be below this, so 10 degrees below zero. And this is Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the morning, and the GFS is showing temperatures in the 30s below zero. And this is not the wind chill, this is the actual temperature. And obviously these longer term models are, these models are still not compliant with each other, but we are seeing definitely strong agreement that we will see actual air temperatures in the at least the 20s below zero. It is definitely possible that we could touch 30 below in some locations. So again, this is going to be a highly dangerous situation. Again, let's head into, I know we had some, okay, I want to show you guys the wind chills here, because this is the website that ultimately gives the GFS wind chill or apparent temperature forecast. So, and as you can see, this model is giving us wind chills of 60 degrees below zero. And if that is going to be the case, again, these models have been trending. Okay, so they are still not in good consistency, but much of the longer term models are in constant agreement here. 57 below in Freeport, 60 degrees below, and GFS. Okay, GFS FV3. That's a new model, and it's the same thing as the GFS, but it's a little different. But GDPS definitely does not agree in this case, and these are the only three models that really give us wind chill predictions in the long term. But the shorter term models will pick this up: the NAM and high resolution rapid refresh, the RDP, and stuff like that. And again, this is still giving us wind chills in the 30s and 40s below zeros. And again, this model also does bring wind chills as low as the 50s below zero. And it is possible that this, again, given what the GFS is saying, the southern periphery of this 60 degree, 50 degree below temperatures, this model is giving us 60 degree below zero wind chills on Wednesday morning. And now I'll show you guys Thursday morning, or let's go to Thursday at 12 Zulu here. This is going to be the Thursday morning of next week wind chills here. They're obviously still going to be extremely poor, and we'll wait for the video to load here. And again, we'll be looking at 40s and 50s below zero, most likely here Thursday morning. And again, this model does still show wind chills in the 50s and 60s below zero, so this could be potentially record-shattering cold. And I'll show you guys the high temperatures for Wednesday here, or the forecast high temperatures. They will definitely stay below zero, and wind chills may be in the 40s, at least the 30s, maybe even 40s below zero throughout the day on Wednesday, most likely. And again, this is the apparent or the wind chill, and this is going to be a variable factor, and this is just computer, what the computer thinks, or the computer models, that's what they think, or various computer models think the wind chills are going to be. But the temperatures, I want to show you guys the temperature prediction, because this is going to be critical. This is going to be a critical factor in forecasting the wind chills here. And again, this is definitely going to be extremely shattering here. We could see highs, according to this model, staying in the 20s below zero, according to this model, in the afternoon on Wednesday. And we'll go see what we got. And again, we will see at least single digits or teens below highs, and highs will be above zero for many locations south of I-72, most likely, according to this model. And the consensus exists here on the location at this point, or I would say approximate location, give or take. Again, give or take hundreds of miles. But again, this is definitely going to be inferably a significant cold event, with most models not backing off of this. We could see potentially a significant winter storm, and the polar vortex, like I said, it should be centered in parts of the upper Midwest heading into late this week, and and again, that was earlier in the video when I showed you guys that. So again, this is Illinois Storm Watch. I just wanted to jump on here and give you guys a heads up. Really bundle up if you plan to be outdoors, and if you need to travel anywhere on Monday, please monitor the forecasts. We will be sure to give you guys updates and such when it comes to that. And then for next week, we're definitely going to see widespread widespread below zero wind chills. This would definitely be a statewide headline. And again, some models have been showing wind chills of 30s, 40s, even 50s below zero in parts of the area, especially areas around the state line area where the polar vortex will potentially be centered around where the lowest geopotential 500 millibar height is located. So again, that's definitely what we going to be the center of everything. So again, if you have to be outside for any reason next week, I would definitely rule out widespread school cancellations heading into the middle and latter part of next week, and possibly on Monday. But again, with wind chills below 50 below, that is where you should not consider going outside at all. You could put your life in danger just staying out there for you could get wind chill or frostbite in just 5 minutes of being on any part of exposed skin and being outside with wind chills that low. But even with 30-degree wind below zero wind chills, we should see wind chill or frostbite on exposed skin in a matter of like 20 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes. It just all depends. Nonetheless, it will be an extreme cold situation where you definitely want to stay indoors. And this will definitely be an extremely dangerous situation. And obviously my dog's in here. You could probably hear her. It's just my mom threw her in here. I do appreciate you guys joining us. I do apologize for this video being a little long. Be sure to rewind this. This is just my thoughts on what we can expect here over the next week. We will be sure to give you guys the latest social media updates. Please follow my Facebook page, Illinois Storm Watch, and we'll definitely be back. I plan on giving YouTube more of a go over the summer. So that'll be it. And stay warm and be safe, everyone. Have a nice day.